Stephanie Dobson is back with us this week. Stephanie is a lawyer and mediator at Henke Divorce Law and Mediation here in Lloydminster. And we are back for the last episode of the year of Healthy, Thriving Family After Divorce. And Stephanie, we've been going through this now for a few weeks, talking about the holidays and going through divorce and separation, a number of different subjects. So today we're going to be talking about blended families and the holidays. So Stephanie, what's the definition of a blended family?
Sure. Well, I thought that we could start out just by talking about what that really means. A blended family is really a household that's made up of two people who are in a relationship, so two partners in a relationship, who have really brought in children from the outside of the relationship, or they could even have new children of their existing relationship. So another word for it might be a step family, or of course the term that ABC made famous, the term modern family.
Now, when it comes to traditions, obviously it could be different, especially if they are you have two different people coming in. And so what do you recommend as far as old traditions versus new traditions?
Well, our viewers might remember we talked a lot about traditions, old versus new, in parts 2 and parts 3. But as a first step, when your children go from being a one household family to a two household family, there may have been some traditions that got carried over, or you may have created some new traditions at that time. So when you're looking at now a blended family, you may want to have a re-look at that and think about what traditions get kept and what new ones are created. So the first thing I recommend is to sit down with your partner and their kids, and of course your kids and you and all of you, to really to hear each other, to hear what your experiences have been and what your traditions have been, and then decide together as a family what that might look like for you guys this year. Now, it might be that you don't agree on what those traditions will look like, and some things might be special for one family but not for the other. So don't forget that it doesn't have to be all family all the time. You can certainly pick and choose and do things with you and your biological children, and then also do some things as a family.
Well, let's talk about gift giving in blended families. Stephanie, what would you recommend some tips when it comes to gift giving?
Well, we're almost at that time now. It's just a few days before Christmas, but definitely if you haven't planned all of your gifts yet, I recommend at the very least that you try to keep the gift giving as equitable as possible. So that's between whether that's on a dollar level, whether that's on a number of gifts level, or even who's going to get which gifts, just to arrange that between you and your partner. So one of the things I recommend, though, is don't forget, if you do any gifts that are sort of what I call family oriented, that have to do with the whole family, just make sure that every sibling is included.
And let's talk about family gatherings, because obviously that could be, especially for new blended families, maybe a little difficult. So what do you recommend to make these gatherings go as smooth as they possibly can?
Isn't that always the goal? It doesn't matter what kind of relationships there are. There's when you have an extended family gathering, there's going to be one household families where mom and dad are still together. There might be some blended families and even some single parent families. Every family has its own dynamic. So when we're considering gatherings this year, of course, there's already the COVID related gathering restrictions, but what you might want to do is just think about what gatherings are going to bring your blended family the most joy, and what is going to help to further that sense of family. There's so many toxic relationships that can be had in families. It's really important to try to keep those toxic relationships sort of out or sort of away from your blended family, so that you can have the most joy that you can.
And what about some tips, Stephanie, for families that are new to blending?
Excuse me. It's really important in any time, not only the holidays, but really to give the whole family time to adjust. If you and your partner can really keep your expectations in check, and I don't say have low expectations, I just mean keep them in check, because that's going to allow the beauty of the holiday season to really shine through and to embrace the good times. When we look at then step siblings, of course, they also have a hard time trying to get used to one another. So you may want to have opportunities where there's separate family fun, and then there's family fun as a whole, just so to give everyone a little bit of time and space.
Well, and to wrap things up here, Stephanie, we do have a holiday giveaway that's happening. So let's talk about that. How can people enter to get the information that you have available for free?
So at Up a Notch Learning, that's my e-learning platform, I've got a course called Healthy Thriving Families 101. And that course is designed for families who are just new to separating. And that course is a 90-minute online self-directed course. So you sign in, you take the course at your own pace. It's normally retailed at $97. And today we're giving, and for the holidays, we're giving away 10 free courses to 10 families. So if you're interested in that, you just have to email to our office, and I think you're going to put it up on the screen, Stacey. The email address is info@henkadivorce.ca, and just type in the keyword thrive and we'll send you out a promo code.
All right, Stephanie, well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you all through this year. Always something interesting to chat about with separation and divorce, and we wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we will speak to you again in the new year.
Thanks, you too, Stacey.